Hi, welcome to another video. This is, oh my goodness, sorry about that. This is Christmas in March. I almost said April. And I have a little bit of a different video today. I kind of wanted to do something that I've been planning to do and I just keep putting it off. And I think it's come to that time where I need to do this. What I want to do is kind of go through my paper pads, take them apart, and then kind of coordinate all the paper pads that I have together. I did count about 9 or 10 paper pads that I've had since, like, I want to say maybe 2004, because that's when this one's from 2013. But I bought like 7 paper pads all together one year because my wonderful husband, we were at, I think it was Michael's, and one year he said, oh, you know what? The paper pads are 70% off. You should get some. And I ended up picking 6 or 7 paper pads, I think maybe 9. I really don't know where I acquired so many, but like the Mambi, the DCWB, I remember these. I don't remember where this Teresa Collins or this Heidi Swapp Believe paper stack came from. I'm just pretty sure this one, this Mambi one. I have others, and the rest are kind of different color schemes. And these are the ones that I went through. I just flipped through most of my other paper pads. So I'm thinking I still picked these up all at the same place. This one I don't care to use. I have gone through it and I just don't like the look of it. I might take apart this paper pad and pull out very neutral looking colored paper like this and maybe start a place, or like this dictionary style paper, and end up putting them elsewhere. And I think I had already started doing that on some other time because I have all of this ledger stuff set aside. I think I've already gone through it itself individually at one point and decided what I was going to keep and what I was going to set aside and just use the back side of it for. I think that's what I ended up doing already. And like, if they're really, I just don't like this very distressed aged looking layouts. I don't think I've really done any like that in a long time. And so I don't know that I'm going to keep these like really, like this one I don't like the edge because it looks kind of like burned or old paper look. But this one you can mask it. This one doesn't really have that look. I'm going away from this subject, and so this is not one that I'm going to incorporate to the rest of my collective stack, and this I know is just going to be used for matting. Now the reason why I want to do this is because I keep flipping through each stack and each stack on its own, and I have several pieces. For example, like this one, I wrote a while ago that I had 11 left out of this paper pad starting from 48 sheets. So I know that at one point or another I had 11 full 12 by 12 sheets left, and that's no longer the case. In fact, I think I only have, these are the ones that are full 12 by 12. I only have 5. So I've used half of the 11 from when I started. I think maybe 4 years ago is when I decided if I use half of it, I'm going to tear it apart and combine them. So I think I'm down to that point because these feel really thin, and I think I'm getting tired of trying to flip through scrap pieces of paper and not seeing what whole 12 by 12 sheets I have left. So I have 5 here, and I'm going to go through and I'm just going to give you the final count of the 12 by 12 sheets that I have in each stack. I'll come back and then I'll get to taking it apart, and then we can see what we have left. And from there, I'm no longer going to keep these stacks separate. They'll now just become cohesive 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and then whatever scraps I do have, I'm going to go through and see what I do or don't want to keep. Also, I have these paper studio stacks that I haven't gotten rid of because I've realized that they make really good layering, and I am still trying to create these countdown calendars for my family. This is the only one I've done that's complete, so I still need a lot. So I think I have about 8 or 9 left to do, and this is the only one that's complete, and I'm really happy with the outcome. It doesn't look as chunky as mine does. Mine is still downstairs on display. It's been a crazy year, y'all. But I'm still happy with it. I'm still happy with how it came out. And I'm sure my sister is going to enjoy it. She'll have something that sits on her mantle or her shelf. And it'll be something cute to look at. And the kids, she's got daughters, they'll have fun looking through it as well, day by day, and just enjoy it. It's just a little sentiment that I thought would be really cute. This one I ended up making like a little mini shaker card. And I do want them chunky, but I also don't want them that chunky. And I realized as I was completing this one that I want more of a, oh my gosh, I completely blanked on the process that I want to make this out of. Completely just blank. I want to do one set of things first, like cut the paper down so that I can make the panels and then add the numbers and then add the embellishments all at once. And I can't remember what that's called. I made an envelope here also with vellum, or the vellum envelope was already made, so I added another shaker but in a different style. And so this one I kind of just use all of the things, and the next ones I just want to make the process and expedite it a bit more by just really doing all of the things all at once. And so what I'm going to start with this one is gonna put all the paper together, and that way I don't have to worry about going through each of the paper pads separately, and then I know what I have as far as full sheets of paper go. I'm gonna go ahead and get the process started. So I did the math and it's really fun. For me it is, at least. I have 4 paper stacks here and I counted the total amount of paper sheets that it has. That totaled up to 192 papers in all. I tallied up the amounts that I have left out of these 4 paper pads in 12 by 12 form, so like complete sheets that I have left, and that ended up being 51 sheets. So that means that somewhere along the line, whether or not they're completely used up, I've used 141 pages that have been cut up. So I've cut into 141 other pages from all of these stacks collectively. So all in all, I don't mind that from 192 sheets, I only have 51 of them left. And so what I'm going to do is, or I have been collecting the scraps, putting them in the front. I'm no longer gonna hold on to this. If I do like the layout, I do keep some of it in order to get inspiration, because you never know where inspiration can strike. And I used to pull these out and be like, oh yeah, look, there's a layout. Oh, I like it, or I don't like it. So that I'm gonna get rid of this. That's gonna go in recycling, or honestly, sometimes I use them also to back layouts that I have to put in the mail, because I do have family that I do mail out to. Now this is what I was holding the scraps for, this Mambi stack. And so I don't have those in there anymore. I don't have the 12 by 12s in there anymore. So I'm gonna put all these together, and I'm probably gonna get them out in the end anyway to go through those. But this is what I have left. And after I take them all apart, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them by color. And I have to be careful with these because the glue is all kinds of, well, all the paper pads have different types of glue, and so they all kind of hold the paper differently. Some fall apart right away and some are a little bit stubborn. So I'm going to cut that off in the end, and then I'll come back when I take those apart. But for now, I can show you I have different types of paper. Some have like glitter, some have foiling, and I'm okay with that. If I don't use them at the end of all of this that I'm trying to make, I can certainly take the more generic colors like these two. These are like a fake wood grain. And there's also a small tiny little chevron on it, so it gives it a little bit more texture. But I can certainly use those and start making a paper collection. I will probably cut this apart so that I can use them in the countdowns. So I'm gonna already set this aside, and I know that I'm gonna use that. I don't have to use them all together. I kind of like that all the numbers are different. I'm going to put this black wood grain next to the regular brown wood grains. And then this one has that glitter, what is that? Like decoration. I can't think of the, I think I had already cut the top off of that one. So I'm going to put that one right in the front because that one doesn't have the, I was watching Janet today over at RTS on her Patreon page, and she calls it a hangy hole. I thought that was so funny. I like that she comes up with all these different technical terms. They're my favorite. So I'm sorry for all the noise. I'm almost done with this one. I think this one even gave me, because usually there's 2 of each pattern, and I have 3 of this one. So I think there might have even been 49 sheets in this paper pad. I really don't know anymore, but it doesn't matter because these are all taken apart. And like I said, they also have an idea inspiration in the back, a project idea. So this is now my new stack of paper. And then here comes the Heidi Swapp one. And like I said, I have either small scraps that I've punched stuff out of, or I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't want to hold on to things like that. I might go through and get rid of some more of this stuff, but for now I'm trying to hold on to it. I like this strip a lot, so much, because I like the Santa Clauses. They're so jolly. So I might end up I know I want to keep this because I definitely want to use all of that up. I'm gonna get rid of this red strip again, and then these I've been using to either punch out, or if it measures a 6 by 12, then I could probably cut it up and then use it as a half panel for one of the fronts of the countdown on one of the papers. This one I've cut into, so they're no longer full 12 by 12s. And here's another scrap piece. So those are going in the bag as well. Hopefully they don't give me too much trouble. And then I'm taking out the paper as well, so I can get rid of this. This doesn't have any paper pad inspiration, so I am gonna, I really love this paper. I really love this paper, but I don't know if I can use the shiny ones. So I'm gonna hold on to it till the end and then we'll decide together. I really liked this paper pad, and I really love all things Heidi. So she worked on it had like a certain color family, and she took that retro look but also kind of updated it. It's just, I really love her style. I don't know what it is about Heidi's stuff that I'm just drawn to. And like, I can get rid of this glue string that's just kind of holding on. And that's it for Heidi Swapp paper. So I can put that on top of this stack. Now, this is Teresa Collins, Checking It Twice. I liked her Jolly Santa. I liked her snowflake paper. That one's gone. Her red glittered, does it say what it's with treatment? The glitter treatment on the paper was so much fun, but I didn't like this pattern, and I'll show it to you right now. All this other one had glitter treatment. So this is from Teresa Collins, and this is the one that I had a harder time using, but I did use it as layering, and so that's why I kept it. I managed to use it, and so I'm okay with that. This is a glitter treatment that it had. This is like doilies, and so I'm just gonna get all of this together. And then I even gutted one because I knew that I liked it, and I knew that I could use it as a 12 by 12 background. I really loved this one, and I have used it in a layout, and this was a good layering piece. This is the one that I didn't like, so I'm probably going to turn this around. I can't even use it as a full 12 by 12 because I tore it off, or it tore off when I tried to pull it out. I might cut up the doilies and then not use it at all as a layering piece. So I'm going to actually cut up the doilies. I've already decided. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't like the Santa. I'm sorry if anybody likes that type. So there goes one less paper also. And then these are good for backgrounds. So I don't think I kept the 12 by 12s. There we go. So those are all the 12 by 12s that I'm keeping. Those are going in the 12 by 12 stack. And then these are going to go right into that Ziploc bag. I'm not cutting up the doilies in this one, and I'll just show you the difference and why. I'm not going to cut them up because this is still usable as a background if it's long enough for a 6 by 12. And so I can still use this as an actual countdown panel. But this one, since I don't like the paper, I don't like that it has this frame, I can always use these as tucking pieces when they're not full doilies. And the full ones I can use also as decorative elements that can make, like for instance, this sit on top of the doily. I know that it probably doesn't go, but I'm just trying to make an example of it. And so that's why I decided that this one I can cut up, and this one I'd like to keep together for if the time comes that I can use these as panels, I'll have them available. And this is probably what I'll go through first to pick the 6 by 12 panels that I can fold in half, and they can be the countdown pages. So this is going into the scraps. It might be fun to see if I can create a couple of layouts using the scraps. I didn't think about that until now, but that's okay. These are also Teresa Collins, so this can go away. If it was a full-faced Santa, I would totally take him. Or a full snowflake, but I really enjoyed those pattern papers. Those were a lot of fun. Last but not least, I already pulled apart the Mambi sheets because this is the one that I started counting, and so I know that I no longer need this. So 2014, 2013, I have those kinds of years for these. The Teresa Collins doesn't have it. Now what I want to do with all of them is take the colors and kind of group them by color. So I know that I have this like dictionary type or this cream colored, and then I have black. So I have red, white, and black in that gold color without the treatment. And then I have red, white, and green and black. Here's some more of that, just so you can see as I flip through. This one has glitter treatment. So this one I won't be able to use on my countdown calendar unless I cut 6 inches. Just the word itself is like right at 6 inches. So if I decide to make the panel like this and fold this over here, then I can use the panel. If not, I know that I can't cut it in half this way to make a 6 by 12. So that's a decision that I already know ahead of hand. Pieces like this, I know that I'll just, if I can't use it for a scrapbook layout, then I'll just go ahead and cut like the inside or something that I can use to mat a piece of the number. This one I know I won't be able to use unless I cut out the word by itself, and I can still use this top half of the 6 by 12 paper going up that way. I hope I made sense. So I'll cut it down this line or even further down to just get the title, and I would fussy cut this to use it, and kind of instead of having it run across like this, I would put the Mary somewhere right above the Christmas and then add that to one of the Christmas panels or make a card out of it, or even use this as a very own layout page. So these are what this one had. This one had glitter treatment and also foil treatment as well. And I liked the snowflake paper, and this one was one of my favorites as well. And I haven't been doing Christmas cards in the last few years. I did do like 2 Christmas card sessions in a row where I did like over 50, over maybe close to 60 cards. I really liked this one. This one was okay. And I think we're coming up on the end of the Teresa Collins paper. So that's that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I can keep like reds together. This one I think could go here. So here's some more red, and then here's some green, and then here's some black and white. And I don't mind mixing black and cream and black and white. Whatever gets used gets used. And so I'm kind of more for that than having it sit, because I can't mix papers. So the more papers I can mix, the more I can use up, and the more fun it'll be for me. So some green, there's that. And I'm just trying to keep them separate by doing that. This is a very distressed black, and it has the green. So this is going in the black because that's what I think of first. Here's some red. This is also black. And this is red, green. That's going to stay in the red, black. This is leaning on pink, but I'm going to keep it with the red. And it's got a gold foil treatment, black. This is multicolor, and it's got a treatment. So I'll probably put this maybe here, like specialty treatment paper, the foiled. This is like heavily glittered. It's like all the way glittered almost. And then this is gray for me. That's what it reads off to me as first. So I'm going to put this behind that brown paper. I hope y'all can see that. So this is more red. This is green, and this is treatment, so I should probably put that one there too. And then this is brown, and this is black. So that's going in the brown. More brown, more black, more gray. Oh, so the only thing is trying to find the actual color that separates them. I really don't like this pattern paper. I think I'm going to make the decision to use this to back up, because I don't even like this herringbone type of pattern that it has here. So I'm going to put this in with the Simple Stories paper pad that I've already decided to keep as something that I'm going to use to back patterns with. And then the last 3 sheets of this thing is green. So these are going to go right here. Actually, I'm going to put it in the back with this one. Okay, and I think I think that's the end of my paper pad. I am going to keep this red, so that one's just going to go right here in the back as well. And there is my paper. Now I have all of these papers, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tops, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of my battery for my filming, so I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible. I did cut out some of these fussy cuts so that you can see that I can use these elements on their own, and I'll also fussy cut some that don't have all the image together, and so I can use these as tucking elements whenever I get to doing the little panels. And so I'll fussy cut the rest of those later. I just kind of wanted to show you what they would look like when they were fussy cut. And then these I cut into strips, and these will go down into, I have a bag or a box that I have with these element numbers. I'll probably cut them down even further and have them as a complete set. And then I just pull from that set out of a paper clip or a rubber band, whatever will hold them together. And I have those. This is all the scrap paper from the fussy cutting or the tops of the 12 by 12. I already put 2 of the cardboard pieces in the recycle bin as well. Those I won't be needing anything from. And then I did cut the tops off of the 51 pieces of paper, and this is what I have left from those 4 stacks all together. Now I do have a couple of, I think I have like 5 more stacks from when I bought these around the same time. And I think what I am going to do is I might do another video. If you liked this one, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments. And then from this video, I'll go ahead and do the other one where I tear down the other set. I think these went well together, and so I think the other ones will go more well together better. I hope I just made sense. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I will then now go and use these kind of like in color order, I guess, or I'll try to, or whatever strikes my fancy. I don't have to use them like that, but it'll certainly help to know and to kind of keep the flow of the countdown calendar more cohesive. So anyway, I will put in another video once I get to starting the panels. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to check out the other ladies that are participating in the Christmas in March. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye.